a 3D printable form can be generated. The cylinder is divided into segments and is manipulated through torsion and translation. These parameters are derived from quantitative linguistics and stylistics. The parameters, you can see them here, there are 14 parameters. So what I did with my first try with this modulator, I asked 6 jewelry designers and a new media theoretician to answer the question, what does jewelry mean to you? And here you see actually the answers in form of 3D objects. Yes, these are actually, these objects can be understood as three-dimensional diagrams. These diagrammatic forms not only visualize textual and conceptual relationships, but also invite additional analysis through haptic perception. As you see, these shapes are not anthropomorphic or figurative. They are highly abstracted, allowing the viewer to focus on interpretation and comparison between them. I will go on with the next project, speculative spaces. The jewelry bracelets in the speculative spaces series are not finished objects in the traditional sense. Instead, they are process-based models that exist in continuous state of transformation. Rather than being seen as final fixed forms, they are open structures that evolve over time, with each phase revealing a different stage in their development. The series of bracelets are a feasibility study in the field of 3D printing, and almost all of them are produced through a very low-budget 3D printer. And yes, as you see, they also have an architectural character. Most of the bracelets have a fabric-like material appearance, and they're shaped by folds and constructed texture. In addition to their physical form, these models also have a speculative aspect, which is further emphasized through their animation and motion-based representation. In this dynamic representation, an extra layer of information is introduced, creating a visual narrative that highlights the object's fluidly and ongoing transformation. The video representation serves as an extension of the physical objects, offering new insights into their creation, modification, and potential futures. The animations are made, most of the animations are made with AI. See, the videos are not that really flowing, but you can also see watch them in the exhibition. Further on, yes, there are also some shapes that appear to be very flexible and soft. And I would be glad if you would just see them today evening in the exhibition. and thank you for your attention. Maybe any questions?
Thank you very much. If anyone has any questions, we still have a few minutes.
Dear Christina, thank you for your very interesting lecture or presentation. But I must say, at the beginning, when I started to listen, it reminded me a famous quotation from Aeneas, when Laocoon, seeing the Trojan horse, said, Timeo Danaos et dona ferentes. I'm afraid of Greeks when they bring presents. Because I thought it is like about everything at meaning almost about nothing. But then I caught your guideline, and I have a question, very maybe personal, connected with your exhibition that we will see tonight. It is, well, personal because it is a kind of intimate question to an artist, but you may answer or not as you like. But is there any special object in this exhibition you would like to underline or to attract our attention especially, and why?
Well, I think it was actually very obviously that I take much time to focus on the habitat capsules, and I think this is one of my favorite projects because it expands, it's interdisciplinary, it goes through different layers, and it was a great fan for me, a joy to explore some biological aspects and architectural knowledge or imagination, and still remaining in jewellery, and also this kind of metaphors that I used also on the human beings, and how maybe everything influences us, and what similarities we have with some tiny, actually tiny species, and well, equalities. No? I think this is something that fascinated me more. Of course, there are also other parts and other jewelries that are very excited about. I'm very excited about the form, the feasibility, and complexity of the form. But I think yes, I think the capsules was one of my favorites, and it is a not stopped project. It's going on. It's a really an investigation that is not finished.
So I think I will express the feelings of all our audience, saying thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. There was one more question. So, the objects translated from the theoretical texts, all the texts were in English or in different native languages from the artists? Because you had some Spanish, Swedish.
Oh, there were the questions, the answers that I got. It was all in English.
English. Okay, so it's not so much about the language, but really about the theoretical aspects of the.
Yes, actually, I didn't want it a semantic answer through this modulator. That's why I liked it, the linguistic aspect based on quantity, So the semantic is going on through your interpretation. If you have the object and you touch it, and you just explore it, also haptical, and you try to make the connections, and you have all the objects and say, okay, what did he said? He said this, and how does it reflect with the other one? Where do I find connections or no? So this is something that it is very personal. So my interpretation could be quite different as yours, and that's the point, I think, that it gains a quality in perception, and yes, that's a quality about it. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions?
This is along the same line as the last question. I don't understand the method of translation from the text to the object of those objects from, Carl Frisch and others. Was this AI that's generating the form, or?
No, it's not AI in this case. This is I made the concept, and it was a programmed tool. So that the program tool, as I said, the basic form was a cylinder, and there were some interactions, but everything was based on this syntactical values. So, yes. Also my aim was not to make some beautiful pieces, but to make some abstract pieces that don't, that maybe objectify the objects and don't let you be influenced from the form, but only to see them as diagrams. So to understand these objects, you don't need only the object. You need also the answers, and you need to the haptical experience.
Thank you. There is one more question, right?
Yes, thank you very much for your lecture, your presentation. You had this very interesting question, if art could work the way like science does. Yeah? That was about the content of what you said. And I was remembered there of a sentence of Manfred Nisselmüller, who said on art and jewelry, when jewelry becomes art, it stops being jewelry. So you could proceed on that and say, when art becomes science, it stops being art. What do you think about that?
I am more of a symbiotic. I don't think that there is a quite line that divides the one from the other, art from jewelry into jewelry from science. And that was something I just wanted to prove. Can you, through an object, can you still make a theory or provoke theory? And I think it was a successful example. Yes, I think this is more, the symbiotic is more the value of doing things.
One short question. And the results of objectifying those jewelry artists, did you show it to them? Were they happy with it, to be so much alike?
Yes, of course. Of course, it was I was very excited to show it and have some comments or so, but everybody said, oh, it's okay, yeah, I like it. But not really, we didn't have maybe the chance to discuss about it. Actually, after this, it was in my idea that you could make a podium discussion with the people, but also with external experts to discuss about the core. Can objects evolve theory, or support theory, or lead theory to another field that it wasn't meant to before. And it would be a very nice, I think, yes, weiterführende, further on investigation.
Thank you very much.
Those objects, just one additional small question, because the artists, all the artists are different. They are connected with the same field, jewellery, but then the objects are different, but in some way, for me, they are similar, and they remind me of a mortar grenade or the famous German bazooka Panzerfaust grenade. What is the form or the origin of this similar form?
Well, this is they are abstract enough, the objects, and they also have a similarity. But the similarity is just like you have different kind of shells. They are cells, but they even have a small difference, make it quite another another quality. So I think that the challenge is not to see the similarities, but also to see where are connections, what also, okay, what the differences, but to see them just like diagrams, but try to understand what is said about, why is said, and how it relates to the other thoughts. That was okay?
That was a funny linguistic game about the word shells. I said about the mortar bombs and grenades, and you said about the shells of the sea fish, and the same word is used for both. So maybe that's the key, given key.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's time to introduce our next speaker. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we invite Jarosław Kolec, PhD from the Jewellery Institute at the Strzemiński Academy of Fine Arts in Łódź. And he will invite us to the world of natural stones, which has become a source of great inspiration for him. He will talk about his heart for the stone. And his speech will be accompanied by Michalina Owczarek-Siwak from the Jewellery Institute.
Witam wszystkich serdecznie. Witam wszystkich serdecznie. Rozpocznę od zacytowania Andrzeja Poniedzielskiego. Mój angielski jest bardziej mój niż angielski, dlatego będę mówił po polsku.
So, welcome everybody. I will start with some kind of quote of Andrzej Poniedzielski. He's Polish stand-upper, I think so. My English is more my English than English itself.
It's more mine than English.
Yeah, it's more mine than English itself, so I will speak in Polish.
Sposób powstawania mojej biżuterii i obiektów biżuteryjnych jest bardzo prosty. uzyskać maksymalny efekt przy użyciu jak najmniejszej ilości elementów, środków wyrazu. Mniej się po prostu nie da.
The way how I make my jewelry is it's really simple. It's more to make maximal effect with a less of materials itself.
A to, co powstaje, prezentuje cechy materiału, z którego zostało stworzone.
The pieces is present quote of the materials which it's made of.
Zawsze byłem zafascynowany naturą i prostymi zasadami, jakie tam obowiązują. Nie ma w niej zbędnych elementów upiększeń.
I always was fascinated by the nature and the creation of nature, and in my pieces there is no elements that it's not important.
Każdy jej element, jaki widzimy, jest charakterystyczny dla danego na przykład drzewa, kwiatu, krajobrazu czy kamienia.
All elements which we see is characteristical for trees, flowers or stones.
Szukam kamieni szczególnych z mojego punktu widzenia. Cechy, na które zwracam uwagę, to efekty optyczne, barwy, inkluzje, kształt czy rysunek.
I'm searching for stones which are special in my point of view. The quote of the which I try to remake are effects, optical effects, colors, inclusion, form or drawings of the stone.
Staram się wykorzystać efekty optyczne kryształu górskiego, głównie jego przezroczystość, która jest konieczna do uzyskania pożądanych przeze mnie efektów odbicia oraz załamania światła na jego ścianach.
I try to use optical value of the crystal, mainly the transparency of the stone, which is necessary to make effects which I want to show, the reflex effects and refraction of the lights on the back of the stone.
Zmienia się ona w zależności od kąta padania światła, tworząc różne efekty, różne bliki i odbicia, a czasami udaje mi się znaleźć kamień, który w swoim wnętrzu rozszczepia światło, dając efekt tęczy.
Its change depends of angle of the light. It creates different effects, different light effects and refraction. Sometimes I can found stone which have refraction of the light inside, making a rainbow effect.
Zwyczajowo kamienie są częścią biżuterii, są oprawiane w metal. Dla mnie kamienie są głównym elementem, a metal może być do nich dodatkiem.
Traditionally, stones are the part of jewelry. They are set in metal, but for me, the stones are the main element of the jewelry, and the metal is just a part of element.
Poznając kamienie i ich cechy gemologiczne, znalazłem wiele opisów, legend o tym, jak powstają, jakie mają właściwości lecznicze oraz do czego były używane, jaką pełniły rolę na przestrzeni wieków.
Learning about stones, their characteristic gemological cechy. Jak są cechy? Jakie są cechy?
Attributes.
Features, of course. Sorry, I'm not a translator. So knowing stones, the gemological features, I found a lot of legends, a lot of notes about how they make and what kind of property of medical property they have. How can we use them and what kind of role they can make on the centuries.
Myślę, że to także ma duży wpływ na moje wybory kamieni. Zawsze widziałem w nich coś więcej, nie tylko materii.
So I think that these features and legends have a lot of influence on my choice, of my choosing of stones. I always saw something more than just a form, than just a matter.
Perska legenda głosi, że kamienie są tworem diabła, który zauważył, że Ewa jest zachwycona tęczą barw, jaką tworzyły kwiaty rosnące w raju. Piękno i barwy kwiatów są ulotne i nietrwałe, więc dał on kamieniom wspaniałe kolory, nawiązujące do wyglądu kwiatów, by wzbudzały w sercach ludzi pożądanie.
So Persian legend said that stones are created by devil, who saw that Eve is in love with rainbow colors of flowers in paradise. So beauty and colors of the flowers are very delicate, and so he decided to give stones beautiful colors, which can remind colors of the flowers to make last in people's hearts.
Może dlatego również kamienie były określane jako kwiaty Matki Ziemi.
So maybe that's why the stones were called flowers of Mother Nature.
Wierzono, że kryształ górski jest odmianą lodu, która pomimo tego, że znajduje się w temperaturze dodatniej, nie jest w stanie się roztopić, lub po prostu, że jest to skamieniały lód.
So it believed that crystal is a kind of ice, which is in a plus temperature. It could melt even though, or it's stoned ice itself.
Bursztyn to, według legend, to łzy sióstr Featona, który próbował prowadzić rydwan Heliosa po niebie, co zakończyło się dla niego tragicznie, lub na przykład szczątki pałacu Jurata.
The other hand, amber is called tears of Phaeton's sister, who tried to ride by chariot of Helios, which could end tragically, and that's all, which could change tragically.
Krzemień to kamień, który łączy w sobie żywioły ognia, uderzane o siebie krzesze iskry, ziemi, skąd jest wydobywany, i wody, gdzie powstał, a przy łupaniu krzemienia często z niego kapie woda.
So the stripe stones is it's connected fire, earth, and water. Fire is create sparks. dirt or earth is where it's from mines, and the water is where they create.
Proces twórczy wykonywanej przeze mnie biżuterii z kamieni mogę opisać w następujący sposób. Pierwsze, zobaczyć. Znaleźć kamień, który przyciąga moją uwagę. Może to być kamień znaleziony